Hello, Leo. It's Blue Moon Oracle, and I'm here with your new moon in Cancer tarot reading. The new moon in Cancer is all about sexiness, shedding, letting go, healing, and your emotions. And it has come in your 12th house, which is your house of your spiritual quest, your deepest, darkest places. So it's pretty a powerful lunation for you. What I will say is, due to some of the planetary alignments, this new moon in Cancer is really practical and rational. It's steady. So I think that you're going to find some ease in dealing with the emotions that are going to be coming up in this particular house for you this month. You may feel the need to withdraw and take a break and pull back from society a little bit to meditate or to look inward or just be alone, and that's a really good place to be. But let's not get lost in the feelings. Let's use it as a time to go inward. So what we're going to do today, Leo, is we're going to, first I want to share with you a message from the Morrigan that was for the collective overall. And that is that it is time and it's time to deal with that which you have been avoiding or maybe unable to face or not know how to face, but it's that one thing that is like, ugh, I don't think I want to deal with that. And what the Morrigan was saying, specifically Macha, is who came to me, is that this is the time for breaking new ground and that you are not alone. The Morrigan is a warrior goddess, a shapeshifter, and she has the ability to help you get through this time. And with Macha being the one that came to me, I feel like this may have to do for a lot of you, some of you, I don't know, with dealing with childhood stuff. She is known for her desire to protect, women and children who have been, and it might not even be childhood, it could just be any wounds that you have, basically from toxic masculinity and the silence of men, the silence of good men at the hands of bad men. Okay, and the toxic masculine. So that's probably kind of the direction this is going to be going in for some of you. But don't fear, because you have the warrior goddess, a very powerful warrior goddess that is offering to work with you, that is calling you to come to her. If you've seen ravens or crows, raven is specifically her, but then that would be her too. Or if a wolf has been speaking to you, or you've noticed wolves lately, I think that's important to recognize and be looking out for those signs the rest of this lunar cycle, okay? And so what we're going to do, Leo, is we're going to get a specific message for Leo from Spirit using Divine Abundance cards by Tasha Silver. And then we'll do what is it that we need to face, because maybe there's a couple of things and you don't know which one it is. And if this is something that we have been avoiding, it's likely buried, and other things may seem more important to deal with. So we want to get to the thing that is really going to help us break new ground, push past further than we ever have before in creating the life that we desire and in our healing. And then we will work with the Divine Feminine Oracle card to see what energy is coming in to assist, and see what message we get here. And then we will close out with, and I might change my mind as we're going through this, it might be directed by Spirit to do different, but Daily Crystal Inspiration. So all of these decks can be purchased through my website at bluemoonoracle.com/shop-support. And when you purchase through me, you help to support my site. Okay, so Leo. I'm getting something, just give me a second here. Leo the lion. Leo is so proud and so, not proud in a bad way, proud and strong and courageous and confident. And for some of us, that's an appearance that's out there right now. And going into this darker place, these shadows, is not something that the sun child is accustomed to. And I think that what Spirit is saying is, do the opposite of what you think you should do for right now, okay? Do the opposite of what you would normally do, because, the sun rules this sign. And it's preparing you for when we're in your season, next lunar cycle, with the new moon that comes in Leo next. Okay, and I feel like Spirit is saying is do what you wouldn't normally do what's uncomfortable. And on the other side of that uncomfortability is going to be freedom and liberation and joy and healing. Sometimes we have a tendency to be afraid of what's going to come up. And I want to just reassure you that, these feelings, they can't harm you. They can only help to heal you as you release them. All right, so let's take a look and see what message we have from Spirit for Leos for this lunar cycle. Okay? So it's a tough house to be in, but it just tells me that, it's a tough house to be in. It is. Thankfully, we go through cycles, and we all have, gone through this. That was me last moon cycle as a Cancer, okay? And I'm a Cancer Leo cusp, so I'm probably still kind of halfway hanging out there as well. All right, so we're going to get some oracle cards for Leo, please, from the Divine Abundance, for a message from Spirit or your higher self, whatever you feel comfortable, your ancestors, your guides, just spirit guides in general. And they can be gods, goddesses, angels, ancestors, interdimensional beings. Let's get a message for you, okay? Let this one more card. I'm going to grab one more card for you, Leo. I guess I'm feeling like heart chakra is a big thing too. I mean, I'm all in green today. That's another way to work with your chakras, is for those of you who like makeup, guys, girls, and non-binary who like makeup, put the colors in your makeup. Or clothing, or aesthetics around the house. I mean, divine is really with you. The divine is really with you. All right, so the key words that we have for you from Spirit are receiving. I'll get into the cards in just a second. Divine love, flow, and divine abundance. So the first thing I want to say with this divine abundance card is that I really feel like what you're going through now is preparing you, Leo, to usher in abundance from the divine, okay? And as you're doing this energetic clearing, this emotional clearing, and cutting things out of your life, or if they're being cut out for you, you are making room for the abundance that's coming in. And remember that, sometimes this is about detaching from ego, moving beyond ego, and learning to be abundance, not chase it. So the process of detaching from ego is painful. And painful. And I don't mean ego as in, oh, you're a prideful asshole, okay? I'm talking about just the self that tries to run the show, that tries to, take charge and control everything on their own. It can be painful and feel like things are working against you. But the hand of God is, for me, is with you. So we also have flow here. And so divine abundance is coming, and so receiving. Every day becomes easier to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance. That's a really good affirmation. And then the next one is, when you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a new love affair with Spirit, higher self, beings, angels, your spirit guides. Allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with a calmness and peace. And then this divine abundance. So the words we have are receiving. Okay, learning how to receive, being open to receive from others, not just from Spirit, from people in your life who want to help you, new friendships, new relationships, even family that's trusting and safe. Allow them to love on you, allow them to be your friend, allow them to give to you. And if people are offering help or saying, do you need anything? Stop and really think, what do you need, and have the courage to ask for it, because people mean it when they offer your help, their friendship, their ear. offering everything to something outside of yourself with detachment. And again, I kind of touched on that the process of detaching from ego can be emotionally painful. You know, these breakthroughs and shifts that we have as we're letting go of things that no longer serve us, instinctively we want to hold on to them because they are familiar, regardless of the fact that they caused us pain, okay? So we're releasing this to the divine and then opening way for the abundance. You were born to align with Goddess's will. Follow the Tao and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. We're going to embody the things that we want in ourselves, and we don't have to do it alone. We can ask for help from our higher self, from the angels, from the gods and goddesses, whatever, you know, it is that you believe in, or not, you know, but definitely you have a higher consciousness that is here to guide you and work with you as well. Receiving flow and divine abundance. This is telling me that the message from Spirit here is ask for it, and then be open to receive. You know, I write down my affirmations on cards, and I'm actually working on abundance. So, you know, and a couple of other, and healing the witch's wound. And you know, these, where's my other ones? I have some other ones I have. Stuff around abundance on here. Well, I guess they're not supposed to be shared, but you know, I am open to abundance and gifts from the universe. I trust the universe to have my back. I am connected to source. I am guided by source. I mean, whether you believe these things or not, or whatever you want to plug in the word source, you know, there, I'm encouraging you, and I think Spirit's encouraging you, and know Spirit's encouraging you to do this. Okay, so let's take a look using the tarot at what it is that Leos need to be working on this lunar cycle. It's time to face. I don't mean it's time to face like, oh, you're in trouble if you don't, okay? So at some point in your life, my cuddly Leo, you ask the universe to heal you, to help you in your life, to fix your relationship, to help you be a better parent, a better friend, a better worker. Somewhere in your life, you cried out at some point for help. Whether you believe that something is out there not listening, things are listening. This is a time where it's saying, here, we want to cooperate with you. We're here to help you. Okay? I feel like I need to mention that the Magician is at the bottom of the deck. Meaning that you have everything that you need in you already to manifest and create the life of your dreams. And I also feel for some of you, this is about calling on the elements: earth, air, fire, water, and then the 4 cardinal directions, to bring them into your life and learn to work with the elements and how to have them help you heal and empower and co-create with you. Okay, let's see. All right, can I have cards for Leo? What is it time for Leo to face this lunar cycle? What has Leo been avoiding that needs their attention? And we got the Ace of Pentacles, abundance. Came up on the Divine Abundance card. Learning to receive and asking for help. This is about carrying the burden alone. Learning to collaborate with other people at work, at home, in relationships. But there's one more card here. There's one more card here. Okay, there was 2. All right, Leo, let me take a look at these cards, okay? I'll show you them. Ace of Pentacles, Page of Swords, 10 of Wands, 7 of Cups, 5 of Swords, and Knight of Swords. So for the first thing that's coming to me for some of you is that it's time to deal with the mind and our thoughts. So for some of you, that means going to a therapist, going to a psychiatrist, taking medication. And for some of you, you're already doing those things. It's adding in meditation and breath work. And you know, meditation is not about getting the mind quiet. You can do guided meditations. I guide myself in my own meditations. The mind is never going to stop thinking until we are no longer breathing on this earth. So taking that time to do breath work. Meditation is proven to help strengthen the parts of the brain that were either neglected or, you know, kind of sort of damaged from trauma and abuse, for those of you who have a background of childhood trauma, okay? And getting out of that fight or flight mode into the more cognitive processes in our brain, opening up the creative flow. So for swords, we have the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Five of Swords. So for some of you, I feel like it's time for you to start looking out for yourself and know that it's not wrong to look out for yourself and to work on the whole thing of, it's like feeling guilty for sticking up for yourself, feeling guilty for creating boundaries in your life, feeling guilty from walking away from someone, okay? And so here we're thinking about patterns of thinking that have been unhealthy, and we're trying things a new way. So in this card, he and these other folks have gotten a fight and see who can work for the night. And, he's won and they're walking away and he's lost. And it seems like he's having some regret here about winning. Even though they, we're all fighting to take this position on. And, I think it's important to know that it's okay to want to strive to better yourself and to better your life, and to realize that sometimes people are going to walk away, and that is part of the plan. I'm getting that here too. And this is where I get that whole dealing with the reacting and the acting without really thinking things through. Swords rule the heart, and so running it through the heart center and pausing before we make decisions. And it can be overwhelming when we're going this fast and we have all these decisions let me put it this way, all these decisions in front of us, okay? And I feel like for some of you, what Spirit is saying, it's like slow down, slow down, slow down. And for me, when I slow down, I have to take a breath and get back in myself, out of here, into here, and then I'm able to come up here, okay? And, some of it's about just making a fucking decision, just fucking making that decision and taking action. And then this Page of Swords, we're going to be curious, asking questions. It looks like overall we've got abundance coming in. And I think we've been here before for some, and we don't move forward with it, kind of expecting things to just work out, or there's, her, how was this? This was like this. So she is looking at it. She is looking at abundance, and this here's the Page. She's going to be more young aspect of ourselves, curious, questioning things, she's also a little defensive, the way that she's holding that sword. And I feel like when it's coming to like gifts that are being offered to you, like this is about everything, fertile ground, just money, abundance, wealth, work, jobs, a home, the promise of a real strong, stable relationship possibly in the future. It's like, is that really for me? And this is a hand of the divine. And so one of the things I think it's telling us here too is, so this hands of divine is coming in to give this new gift, this new seed, this beginning to us, and then our head starts going nuts, okay? And then for some of us, we try to do everything on our own, this 10 of Wands, and this burden, and we're on a burnt path to being burnt out. And then that does stress us out and cause conflict with others, okay? Because this can be about some conflict too. But the root of this, being the first card that came up, is abundance. How do you handle? The hands are about handling. So how do you handle the promise of good things, of a good job, of a good relationship, of a financial abundance, of just a gift from the universe? How do you handle that? Do we get defensive? Do we try to do everything on our own? Do we step on toes of other people, or walk away from people with guilt and regret even when we shouldn't? Do we go, running forward without haste and not thinking through? The Knight is the best and the worst of the Sword of Suits here, okay? Or do we get stuck with making decisions? How do we handle the promise of abundance, of wealth, of joy, of happiness, of fertility in our life? How do we react to that? And I think that's important overall for what Leos can be working on, or all of these things, and looking at that it's time to look at. For some, it's time to look at how you communicate. Are you communicating that you need help? That you don't know what decision to make? I feel like what I'm seeing here with this being the first and the last card is running away from abundance, running away from it, running away from the gift and the support being handed to you by people and by the spiritual realm, okay? So let's find out, what energy is coming in to assist, what aspect. The moon is feminine. So, I always look to goddess when it comes to my moon work. So let's see what the Divine Feminine Oracle deck has to say. Again, if you want to purchase this deck by Megan Watterson, is on my website at bluemoonOracle.com/shop-support. You can help support my site with your purchases. All right, so let's see what message we have from Spirit. What energy is coming in for Leo? What divine feminine energy can be called upon or is coming in for our Leos? I really feel like what's mostly here is heart chakra work. Slowing down before we take action and not doing things by ourselves. But really, ultimately, how do you handle the promise of something good coming to you? Do you sabotage it? Do you sabotage yourself? Do you think you deserve it? Do you value yourself and know that you are valuable to the universe? Do you see success in your future, really? Because it's being offered to you, Leo. Your wildest dreams. In this lunation, Neptune is doing something or another with the moon. And it is, the planet of soulmates and dreams. Dreaming big. Do you believe in the heart of hearts, Leo, that you deserve this? Okay? And I feel like adding, if you are stuck with making decisions, making a damn decision is important, but figuring out why we are afraid to make decisions. What are the core beliefs about self here? I know for me, when this card has come up, is that I didn't think I was capable of making good decisions. I didn't trust myself to make good decisions. Somewhere along the line, I picked up this core belief that I am inept and incapable of making good decisions for my life, which caused me to put off decision making, or, to procrastinate, to analyze things to death. This goes for somebody who's got an air sign as a rising sign, analyzing the shit out of stuff, or possibly a Virgo moon, analyzing the hell out of this here. And then we don't move anywhere. Or, we rush and we're hasty, this Knight of Swords, and we just pick the first thing that feels right to us. And look, if we haven't done the healing work, what feels right to us is going to be bad for us. So remember, I mentioned in the beginning of this video, I felt like Spirit was saying, do the opposite of what you would normally do this month. Don't be afraid. Move forward. Do the opposite. Because good things are being offered to you this lunation, okay? Sarah La Kali, Queen of the Outsiders. I have arrived and I am where I will always be, surrounded by love. I feel like this is saying you are weird. You are different. Embrace it. I'm not everyone's cup of fucking tea. And it used to really bother me. And then I had to realize, who gives a shit? I am someone's cup of tea. I fucking am my own cup of tea. I like being with myself. But, as people are walking away or you are eliminating people from your life, just remember you're making room for your other weirdos to come in. This is, again, soulmates. And that can be friends, business partners, romance is one aspect of how a soulmate can be brought into your life. And they may not be there forever, but they are coming in right now with only your highest good in mind, and they're good people. And I feel like there's a sense of distrust there. Khadijah, the mother of believers. I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. So it's looking like, again, we just keep getting abundance, divine abundance. Abundance with this Ace of Pentacles. Being open to receiving. So some affirmations about abundance is a message that that I think we need to look at, incorporating affirmations around abundance. And hey, look, when I start saying my affirmations, I don't necessarily believe them. If I did believe them, I wouldn't have to be doing them. And so they don't quite feel natural, but you'll be amazed at how it shifts things in your perspective and your own energy, and then how things start coming in so quickly, okay? We have to rewire those pathways of reaction with new thoughts and a new way of thinking, and that affirmation, saying them 3 times out loud. Of course, I have I don't necessarily say all of these 3 times, but I do say them out loud at least once a day. And then some of them will stick with me and I kind of say them all through the day. Spirit came to me a couple of weeks ago and in my dream, and I woke up to, I don't know if it's spirit or my spirit guides, I think it was my spirit guides, telling me to repeat the affirmation, I am growing in strength and vitality. I am growing in strength and vitality. And I wrote it on my chalkboard above my coffee pot, so I would say it there. Another one Diodata gave me almost a year ago was, I am a sunflower. I am a sunflower. And I say that still too, because, in all honesty, a sunflower is growing in strength and vitality. All I picture is green and yellow when I say them. That's healing the heart chakra, healing, the solar plexus chakra, healing the sense of self, healing the heart center, which is important because this chakra connects us to our spiritual chakras and to our lower earthly chakras. And then this flow is super important here. This is where things come through to get cleansed. It's like the energetic spiritual washing machine of our pain and our trauma. It's got to come out. But for a lot of us, it's stuck here in this solar plexus nerve bundle. It's not necessarily the manipur is down here, but the solar plexus nerve bundle is, you can look up the vagal nerve system as well. But this is where a lot of those trauma responses are stuck. Okay. And I feel like affirmations is going to be so important for you, Leo. Who do you want to be? What do you want in your life? Write them down in a first person. I am. I'm going to try to give you some. Where's my other ones? I am grounded and rooted to the earth. I am supported with and I am one with the earth. I trust the universe to guide me. I have everything that I need in my life today, and I am grateful. I am all that I need to be happy. I create my own sense of safety and security. I release all my doubts and fears about my value as a person. I mean, even with my gifts, I know what my gifts are. I was told, literally by Archangel Raphael, there was no not hearing it. I'm an oracle and I easily channel messages from the spirit realm to uplift, encourage, empower, and awaken. I am a knower of divine mysteries, and I easily communicate that wisdom to others. I'm an ancient healer guided by an inner knowing, commissioned by Archangel Raphael. I'm a psychic, my third eye sees all. I am a powerful witch and Hecate's chosen torchbearer. Okay, so these, here's also here, okay? I'm a daughter to the great mother, La Señora del Joco. I'm a loving and compassionate mother. I'm a giving friend. I think that's, these are just some of my affirmations. I can't wait to share them with you, but I feel like these are going to be, obviously I'm feeling heart chakra today. I wouldn't have put all this green on, okay? Not just for me either. Sarah La Kali, Queen of the Outsiders. I have arrived. I am where I will always be, and I am in love, surrounded by love, okay? Queen of the Outsiders and the Mother of Believers. I am spiritually and financially abundant. I provide heaven and earth for myself. Those are great affirmations for you. And also the 2 goddesses that came up were Khadijah and Sarah La Kali. Okay, I'm going to show these pictures again. I also feel like an important goddess for me to mention you is Bridget. She's of the Celtic, of the pantheon, a Celtic pantheon, and a goddess that has to do with the sun and summer. Her counterpart in the winter would be the kayak, who I do a lot of shadow work with, but Bridget has been very helpful in working with that solar plexus. Also, I feel like I should mention Lilith, the first woman. For those who are trying to heal and balance both the masculine and feminine energies in you. It's time for that too, okay? And then to close this out, Leo, I'm using the Daily Crystal Inspirations. So these are crystals that I think will be wonderful. I know will be wonderful for you, because we're asking for guidance from your guides, your ancestors, your angels, beings, for crystal energy that will be helpful to you as you navigate through the rest of the lunar cycle. Because, facing something we've been putting off is no easy feat. And I did want to add that if you want help trying to figure out a little bit more about that and how to incorporate that into your daily life, you can go to bluemoonOracle.com/tarot and look at some of the offerings that I do for reading, or /healing to look at some healing services too, okay? All right, Can I get crystal cards for Leo, please, for this lunar cycle? Oh, there's one more. I can feel it. Okay. You know, being in this divine flow, and this flow card that we got in the beginning, it says here, I'm trying to get to it, sorry. Allow me, goddess, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. We have Unakite, and this says, live in the now. Going with the flow, staying in the present moment. Doesn't mean we don't plan for the future, but we can get so wrapped up in the past and so afraid of the future that we're not paying attention to where we're at right now, because the decisions and things that we do today do affect us in the future that we want to have. So staying in the present moment, going with the flow, connecting to the divine. All right, and then we have Sodalite, speak your truth. Okay, speak your truth. I have, pretty positive, I have a Sodalite stuck in my bra. Here's an actual Sodalite. Sodalite. Put that back in there. Speak your truth, okay? And that's with this throat chakra. And so again, as the things come up through the heart center, chrysopes, there's your green. Allow yourself to receive. Oh my gosh, I love it when Spirit says the same shit 20 times in a row. Receiving. It's becoming easier for me to receive the highest divine plan and to trust my inner guidance, okay? And then finally we have Lapis. Did I say Lapis Lazuli, make a decision? Unakite, Sodalite, speak your truth. And I dropped the Chrysopes card. Oh, here's the Chrysopes card. Allow yourself to receive. Okay, so here are your crystals. And if you don't want to buy these crystals, that's fine. Call on the energy. So I'll go over them one more time. Sodalite for helping you speak your truth. Lapis Lazuli for helping you make decisions. That came up over here in this 7 of Cups. And remember, we're getting to the root of things, and that's what we're healing, this decision. So Lapis Lazuli, this card resonated with you. Unakite, live in the now. I feel like this is root chakra and heart chakra and the connection there. That is gonna, you know, if we don't believe we deserve things and we don't feel safe in our life, you know, we're gonna just run ahead and make decisions without running things to the heart center. And I don't know where the fuck I'm going with this. They feel like they belong together. Unakite and this Ace of Pentacles. You know, divine abundance is being handed to you. Stay grounded. Live in the now, one step at a time. Okay? And healing is a part of that process. Allow yourself to receive. We've got to ask for help. We've got to ask for help, Leo. Okay? I feel like there's one more divine flow card. I really do. Oh no. Is it okay, I've got to do one more divine flow and then I sacred geometry card for your activation for this lunar cycle. I mean, I'm going to do, I haven't done this for everyone, but I feel like I need to do it for you. Who else? Okay, there's 2 more. Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed, my courage gives birth to divine. Sekhmet, the Red Lady. I am pure strength, I honor my anger by giving voice to it. Looks like what we're talking about truth is going to be our anger. We can express anger. Anger is not a bad feeling to have. In fact, many of our problems are caused by suppressing anger and not speaking our truth. You know, if you feel like you have to say something, this is what I do. And I cannot get centered. I say to the person, look, I love you. I'm not intending for this to come out the way that it is, but if we don't get it out now, it won't come out. So please give me some grace here. And then I say what I need to say. Okay, and then the Sacred Geometry Oracle card activation for Leos for this lunar cycle to, you know, be able to face and work through that which they've been avoiding. Making a decision, walking into your abundance, asking for help, allowing yourself to receive help, feeling like you deserve good things. All right, and we've got Miracle, number 33, and then Realization, number 37. I'm going to ask you to screenshot this. I'm going to read this real quick, though, okay? The frequency of miracle supports our belief in ourselves as a part of the divine, and therefore our belief that anything is possible. And then Realization. The frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in the world. And all those swords are about running our thoughts and ideas through the heart center. And this card's going to help with that, learning to pause and connect outside of ourselves. And I feel like the two numbers that you should be looking out for this lunar cycle too, and look up, angel number is number 33, master number 33, and then 37. Lots of threes is creative expression. It is, and that 7 is about being on a fact-finding mission, curious, asking questions as those feelings come up, Leo. Okay? Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Namaste. The spirit in me recognizes, loves, appreciates, and adores the spirit in you. As you work to free yourself, you helped me. You helped to free the collective. And as spirit, as the Morrigan said in the beginning, we're breaking new ground this lunar cycle, breaking new ground. And as we push through in our healing to a new place and a new level and in somewhere that we've never been before, we open up portals of healing for others to do the same who are following a similar path as we are. So when I say that I love you, I really, really mean it, because we're all energy. We're all connected. Love you, Leo.